Down the Road Show is a creative venture of Murdoch Worldwide Entertainment.
You're listening to the Down the Road Show with JC and Casey. So, questions, anybody? Thank you.
Go for it.
Bree.
Have you ever had a fan, besides me of course, that like come up to you and like explain like how Jonathan Kent has like changed their life?
You know, Bree, I have had, because of the Clark Kent, Jonathan Kent relationship, and because I do think that many times we'll find that when there are problems with children, especially with teenagers, a lot of times the problem is because the relationship with the father has slipped, has gone, or is just bad. Mm-hmm. So I've had a lot of people actually come up and tell me that they wish or they had pretended during bad times that their father was Jonathan Kent. And well, I know, and it's tough for me because in order to do a television show, I was not home a lot. So I think in a lot of ways, I am a much better father on television than I am at home, which hurts me. You know, it really does. But when somebody comes up and tells me that they respond to that relationship, it really makes me feel like I've done something with my professional life. And it's like the Children's Miracle Network. Jonathan Kent, to me, is like the same feeling I get from knowing I have something to do with the Children's Miracle Network. Mm-hmm. And it makes me want to be a better dad. Oh.
Anyone else with questions?
Gotta have questions.
Come on.
We're all here. You can't be shy.
You know what?
You're in Comic Con here for crying out loud.
Yeah, let's make a line.
Of the Superman anthology stayed the same or changed for positive or different types? Because I know before watching Smallville, my roommate and I weren't big Superman fans. We didn't care for him, but after watching Smallville, we really got attached. We really liked what the show did. I wondered if you guys had the same thing, or, you know.
I wasn't overly aware of, I mean, I know who Superman is, but I didn't know who the Black Canary was. And so it's really sort of, I've grown an appreciation for the comic book world in so much as I created my own comic book this year. And
what's that called?
It's called Agent Mom.
Oh,
it's on
I
MTV.
like that.
Yeah, check it out, mtv.com, and it'll be there. We've got 6 issues that'll come out, but so it's really influenced, you know, my creativity, and I love the way the show is shot. It can be a pain at 3 o'clock in the morning to have these beautiful, elaborate dolly setups, you know, when you're sitting there and you're like, I really wish I could go to home, but it's shot so beautifully. You feel like you're in a comic book. When you say,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
the photography is beautiful, the lighting is beautiful, and they really try and make it look like a comic book.
I think that Smallville is the biggest jewel in the Superman crown. I really do. And I think that we see all these different movies and things that are coming out. Spider-Man came out, the first one came out, I think right after Smallville, didn't it? Smallville, it wasn't before it. But Smallville has added a level of humanity to the Superman legend, and I think has made everyone try to reach that bar. Because before, I don't think Iron Man would have been what it was. I don't think the subsequent Spider-Mans would have been what they were if it weren't for the humanization of Clark Kent, of the boy that would be Superman. So I think actually it's changed how the whole genre is written, and thereby viewed by everybody in the world. So there.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir.
Did you as Clark Kent's father, did you ever have any, did you have to explain the birds and the bees to Superman?
Did I ever have to explain the birds and the bees? Off camera, I think perhaps. Wow, that's a really good, interesting, strange question. No, I never did. I never did. He figured that out. Because in Smallville, they still have sex ed and home ec. So thank goodness the parents don't have to explain that. Because apparently he figured it out, because he came down, we had that wonderful scene where I wanted to kill him because he had come down the stairs with Lana in his shirt. And Martha had to stop me from going across that counter with my coffee cup and clocking this young man across the head. So it was good. So apparently he knew, and he violated the rule of the farm. Yes, Superman. You know, that's interesting. When I was there a month ago, or however long ago it was, we talked about how, I mean, Tom and I played golf together, and when we first started, he had done a couple of episodes of the Gilmore Girls, and that was about it. And he'd done a lot of modeling and things, but I think I look at him as a friend of mine, and he looks at me as maybe an older brother. But something happens as soon as, it's not in rehearsals, but as soon as we know the camera is rolling and they yell action, that relationship that is so obvious and so father-son just kind of magically appears. It's one of the strange things about what we do is the intangible relationship, the chemistry that pops without really having to work on it. So we have grown as friends. We've grown as golf buddies. We are very, very good friends. So that relationship has changed a bit, but the father-son relationship hasn't really changed. It's just the best father-son relationship on television. It just is. And I wish I could say it's because I studied. No, from the very beginning, just as Bo and Luke and Daisy were Uncle Jesse's nephews and niece, this relationship is. Who's a better golfer? We're about the same now, thank God. He's the one that got me into that damn sport in the first place. I don't know whether
there's a line going behind the mic.
Yeah,
there,
there's Mike. Yeah,
Yeah.
Two things. My BlackBerry and my golf clubs both came from Tom Welling, and I don't know whether to thank him or what for that.
Yeah, how was your experience working with Nana Toole, and is there any chance of getting Michael Rosenbaum back for the final 2 episodes?
Did you work with Annette?
No, I didn't.
You did not. Did you work with the
Michael?
Rosenclown?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he's a fun guy. I don't
What
know.
do you think
is
about
he in
that?
the two finales? I'm not in them, so I don't know. Was that a spoiler?
Oh, well, as long as you work on your golf game.
It's no.
All I can say is I did not work with Rosenclown
He
in the
got a new
10th
show
year.
out too.
He does. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch his show. He has hair, so you don't.
You
quite
won't recognize
him.
him.
But I didn't work with him, so I'm not at liberty to say. But I did not work with Michael in the 4 episodes I did this last year.
Oh.
How about that? Sneaky. But if he's there, he's going to be really good. And if he's not, he's going to be better.
But he'd have to shave his head again.
He'd have to shave his head again.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that?
And he has
put
a new
lot
show
of makeup
on.
on his head.
Or he has hair. So do the
It
math.
might be confusing.
Gentlemen behind the mic. It's a behind the mic thing.
Yeah, as you know, Adam West and Julie Newmar are here, part of
I
a
know.
legendary TV show. Now it's 45 years later. Here, you guys have been part of a legendary TV show. I'm wondering what your plans are for the next 45 years.
So am I. 45 years?
Nice little question.
Yeah. Wow, I always thought you just had to have a 5-year plan. Well, both the shows I was working on are over. So, like I said, I've got a comic book, and I have 3 children, so I'm very busy. And I'm just kind of looking for the next right job, not just the next job. I've passed on a few things this year, and I'm hoping the next good thing will come along.
How old are your kids?
6, 4, and 1.
Wow. Wow.
And they think it's really cool that I'm a superhero.
That's cool. Yay. I have been writing a lot. I've done a bunch of independent movies this year, hoping one of them will get recognized as being excellent. You just never know. Had a script option, so I'm back to, I directed on Smallville, and I'm going to direct this movie called Backwater. It's kind of an unusual, really hopeful, odd drama about hospice. Very strange. Takes place in Louisiana, so that'll be the end of the summer, where it'll be just awful in Louisiana, but that plays part in the movie. So I'm hoping that will be, it's the first script I've ever had optioned by someone else. I've pushed some through, but it's the first time that someone has recognized something I wrote and actually wrote a check.
Congratulations.
For it, yeah, thank you, thank you. So I'm hoping that will take me into more writing and more directing, and honestly, the big screen, that's where the little kid in me has wanted to be since 1968. It's about time. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So keep Backwater in the back of your mind.
OG's Pizza and Brewing Company in Anaheim, California is just moments away from Disneyland and the Anaheim Convention Center. Their friendly staff is serving up fun for the whole family in a sports-oriented atmosphere with great food and delicious beers. Join them on your next trip and enjoy different happy hour specials 7 days a week.